Hey guys, it's your girl Chrissy O'Shea and I am back today with part 2 of Afrobeat versus Afrobeats. So, let's get into it.
Chrissy O'Shea.
So obviously, as I was saying last time, we left off at Fela reclassifying Afrobeat into classical African music. So pretty much from the 80s into the 90s, there was a bit of diversifying of the term Afrobeat and what the music pretty much consisted of. So there's further influences from such like jazz and a bit of rock and roll, which is in the use of technology and making modern day Afrobeat. So I think one of the first people that were able to pioneer this was actually Fela's son Femi Kuti, and he was able to show this in his album in 1998 called Shocky Shocky. So he was able to actually use technology and then reform what I guess was classified in terms of Afrobeat. So during this period, moving on into the 90s, we had further artists, such as Tony Tatula, Sound Sultan, Two-Face. Let's not forget African Queen was one of the songs that I guess for people from the diaspora, that was a big moment for us. That was a really big moment for us. Tribesmen, I absolutely love Tribesmen. Plenty things. Plenty nonsense. So yeah, we had Tribesmen, we had many people. Obviously D'banj, Mohits was legendary, man. I actually missed them. I missed that I wish they stayed together, but anywho, there was a rise of technology which also helped music shift across and overseas with this international crossover. But there was also, in terms of the classification of the word change from Afrobeat to Afrobeats, would pretty much stem in the 2010 era, where we had DJ Abrante who coined the term Afrobeats with an S. So around this period there was a need or a niche, I think, that event sellers saw African musicians, particularly from the western region like Nigeria, Ghana, and people from the diaspora would want to go to these nights and these events. In terms of how Afrobeats with an S made its stance and how it stuck, I would say there were pivotal moments on the scene where we had like D'banj, where he had that crossover with Oliver Twist, and I think that was probably around the 2011-2012 period. And then shortly after that, he was also able to work and collab with Kanye West. Not too long after that, we had Fuso DG with Azonto, and that was a major scene. I feel like everybody in that scene was dancing either on the bus, the train, McDonald's. Everybody was dancing everywhere. Like Ultra Circus was the place. It was popping. It was popping and locking. It was dropping. So I'd say that was around the first scene. I think that Azonto probably came out 2012 era. It seems so long ago now. And then we've had other moments that were very pivotal. Like shortly after that, we had Wizkid with One Dance with his Drake feature. I would say that Drake feature was very huge for the term Afrobeats in terms of making it a standpoint and growing internationally. I would say shortly after that we then also had like Davido when he came with If. That song alone was just magical. It blew everybody away. Everybody was like, every club you went to, any house party, if I tell you say I love you, that was it. Like you could not go nowhere without hearing that song. I think that was in 2017 that came out. And obviously Davido is one of the guys, he's made so many international collabs, I can't even count. We've got collabs with Nicki Minaj, Fabulous, Chris Brown, so many, just so many, which I guess has also helped the term stick. So as I say, Afrobeats with an S is pretty much an umbrella term used to classify contemporary popular music from Western Africa, generically Nigerian popular music and Ghanaian popular music as well. However, in this modern day right now, it seems like it's being used to classify pretty much all contemporary music from Africa, which is entirely wrong, because Afrobeats or Africa is not a monolithic language. But we would have certain artists such as Wizkid and Burna Boy that would take a very strong standpoint in saying that it's not actually Afrobeats. The term is not Afrobeats because that's not an actual genre, but they would prefer the use of things like Afropop or Afrofusion, which is a better classification or descriptor of the music that is currently being made. So just to give a bit of a grasp as to what actually encompasses Afrobeats with an S. As I say, Afrobeats with an S is not necessarily a genre. It encompasses many genres. For instance, Afrobeats encompasses house, soca, R&B, hip hop, and many other Western styles, so local rhythms as well. This is what,
like, we're at a stage where we now need to start correcting and having these educational talks about what Afrobeats is and how we need to term it.
So yeah, let me know what you guys think. I want to know what you guys think. Let me know. Let's talk. It's been your girl Chrissy O'Shea, and bye and scene.